Jeff Grubb back on the Xbox One for GamesBeat.com, and we are going to take a look at one of the new features of the Xbox One following the summer update. Something that I didn't really realize was possible, but now that it is, it's going to make a huge difference for me. Let's wake up the Xbox One here. And actually, let me get my controller. Sorry, I'm disorganized. You're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, so podcasts. I listen to them a lot. It's one of my favorite things is just picking up a podcast, listening to it, typically while doing something else. The dishes, the lawn, like if I'm mowing the lawn, if I'm raking up leaves, or if I'm playing video games. I'm an American, which means a couple things. It means I eat lots of fast food. I'm on prescription drugs, and I definitely don't like doing like just one thing at a time. I like to multitask, and so playing video games while listening to podcasts is something I really enjoy. So now that the Xbox One has background music and Universal Windows platform apps, you can bring podcasts into the Xbox One while you're playing games. So I'm going to show you guys what that's like. Let's go ahead. Right now I'm in Star Wars Battlefront. I was hoping that the new content would be available, but it's not yet. And so to listen to podcasts, basically you just need to get this app. So let me go down to apps. It's called Cast. You can get this by going to the Xbox store. You can download it there. Just search for Cast. You could get it either on the Windows Store on your desktop or through the Xbox One. So I just went to the Xbox One store, searched for Cast, and it popped right up. Now, once you have that, it's kind of obviously a Windows app. You have like a little mouse cursor you move around with your joystick, and then you can do things like go up to the menu, go to search, and search for podcasts like Exploding Barrel. You know what? Let's try this voice search. The Exploding Barrel. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. The Exploding Barrel. Okay, that's close. We'll type the rest. And then search, and there it is, the Exploding Barrel podcast. So you can select it, and it'll take you to the page. So this Cast app is available both on Xbox One and PC, and it's universal, so that means if you were to start a podcast here, you should be able to take it with you and listen to it on your PC, like pick it up from where you left off. See, I'm like 5 minutes in here, and I should be able to go to my PC and listen to it there. I'm also going to add it to my library. Let's just go ahead and make a gaming podcast. All right, so now I have a gaming podcast library, and like I can have my all podcast or whatever. So let's go ahead and see what they have here. I think I'm already started.
So recording. It's funny to realize
Uh-oh.
the game was built on Unreal Engine 2.
My computer is making noise. So I'm listening to the first episode now.
Like Unreal Engine
I think they're
3 had been around.
going to start up. So let me mute my computer real quick.
Sure, they made that thing
How long
7
did
days.
Hell.
the original source?
I just got shocked. Oh man.
Which is
It's getting cold in Denver, which means dry air and static electricity.
I think so.
Okay, so as long as I didn't fry my computer with that static. So now the podcast is playing. You should be able to hear it in the background with me talking. I can just go to my main menu, and it's still playing. And now if I bring up Star Wars,
Yeah.
I started that for the first time.
you can see I have both going at the same time.
While, like, you didn't even know like the cutscene had ended.
You had
What
control,
this basically means is so now I can have the podcast going and play my games simultaneously through like the same speakers or the same headphones. So what I'll do is I'll plug my headphones into my controller, and I'll have everything going at the same time without me having to like have one ear uncovered or something like that.
It was great too, because from the outside.
But let's say you want to like pause the podcast. That's pretty simple. Just double click the Xbox button. The menu pops up. It's a lot faster than it used to be, I think. That came up really quickly. It's like less than a second now. And you can see here's the pause button. Play. I can actually change the volume if I want, the podcast to be quiet for some reason. And then I can hit this button to go back to the app, to the Cast app.
And it was so
But
cool, like, you know,
let's go back into the game.
it's like, it all works kinda
The
same,
one problem I do have, though,
there's, like, that,
with this, and this is an issue, is that you can only change the background volume. You can't change the game volume. What it should really have is background volume and like primary app volume. So you could turn down the volume of the game from here and keep that keep the cast app volume up. But that's not an option. So what you have to do is you have to go into settings for the game itself, go to audio, and turn down the master volume. But you know, at least most games are going to have that option. There's ways to turn them down, and then you can have that control. So at least that option is there most of the time. So this shouldn't be an issue. And I'm betting eventually Microsoft will add the ability to turn down your main app in favor of a background music app. I think that kind of does it. I'm really happy with this. This is something I've wanted for a long time. Let's go. Let's do missions. Go to
that monster version of like a sea
we'll go
diver,
survival.
Like drill hand thing, you know, it's just really cool. But yeah, and then, you know, the gameplay.
Yeah, this is something I've wanted for a really long time.
The shooter,
Because,
like, stuff, and,
you know, like I said, I listen to podcasts all the time. I've done things like wear like earbuds that are playing a podcast, and then have like over the ear headphones on my head, over my ears, over those earbuds to play the game audio, so I could have both at the same time. Because most of the time, I'm not playing games that have like huge story modes. I'm playing like multiplayer stuff or Rocket League, and I just want to have like the ambience of the game in the background of me listening to some internet goof-offs talk about video games in Disney World, apparently. So yeah, this is going to take forever to load. So basically, I'm just going to probably start this up and say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Podcasts are on Xbox One now. You can get them in the background. It's super easy. It's super useful. I love this feature. Glad that Universal Windows platform is actually bringing something interesting to Xbox One like this soon, because it's like one of the first apps that's available through that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you next time. There's Admiral Akbar. He probably would be a great podcast host. Take it easy, guys. Bye.
It's just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that was back in the day. We had those sliders. Like everything was like, "Are you big, so do